With 5 resort pools and 3,000 rooms on the most famous beach in the world, Hilton Hawaiian Village is one of the top places to stay in Hawaii. But everything's not quite what it seems at first. From choosing the right hotel tower to knowing about the hidden fees just to dry off, here are the biggest mistakes to avoid at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. It's located right on the iconic Waikiki Beach in Oahu, Hawaii. But don't make the mistake of thinking you have private access to the most sought-after sand in the world, or even that you get a free beach chair.
I mean, you're not really going to have one of the most famous beaches in the world to yourself, right?
But you can rent beach chairs and an umbrella for about $100 for one single day. And you don't even rent those from the hotel. You rent them from a third-party vendor on the beach, which anyone can rent from. What you might consider doing instead is going to an ABC store and buying a beach chair for the week. It can be a lot cheaper than renting them, and you get to keep it. Or you can dramatically gift them to a stranger when you leave, like you're Oprah. Don't have the audacity of thinking you'll just casually grab some fresh towels whenever you feel like it. They use the dreaded towel card system here. It makes me feel like a little kid who has to ask the teacher for a hall pass. You get 1 towel card per registered guest when you check in. When you're ready to actually get a towel, you just hand your card over at a hut and they give you 1 towel for 1 card. When you return it, you get your precious card back. Now, you can swap out used towels for fresh ones without messing with the card. They'll usually just hand you new ones. But whatever you do, don't lose this card. There's a $20 charge for each lost card. I mean, come on, it's $1 billion global company. You can just let me use 2 beach towels. And then there's the most misunderstood part of the entire resort, the lagoon. This is a 5-acre saltwater lagoon right on the far side of the Rainbow Tower. But just like the beach, don't make the mistake of thinking this is your private oasis, because it's open to the public. Hilton does not own it. It can be a fun spot though, and you can rent these water tricycles or paddle boards. Just know if this is the whole reason you're booking the hotel, you don't actually have to stay here to use it. The room situation here at the Hilton is complicated. Everything really depends on which tower you stay in, because that changes it all. This mega resort has 8 towers to choose from, and picking the right one is critical. Don't make the mistake of thinking they're all exactly the same. There's 5 hotel towers and 3 Hilton Grand Vacation Towers, which are kind of like timeshares. All of them have their own pros and cons, and each tower has had a different amount of renovations over the years, so some are way more modern than others. You've seen this hotel before, even if you didn't know the name. You've definitely seen the iconic Rainbow Tower in Waikiki. This is the iconic one everyone sees online for the hotel. It's right by the beach. Plus, there's views of the harbor, the lagoon, and the Honolulu city skyline. And the side of the building has one of the biggest ceramic tile mosaics in the world on it. Fancy, I know. Because this is the most popular tower by far, everyone and their neighbor wants to stay here, which makes the prices a bit higher on average. And with all these people in one building, the elevator lines can get long. They use some good technology to try to keep the wait times down, but let's be real. A computer can only do so much when there's the equivalent of a small town of people all trying to get to their rooms at the same time. The other tower everyone always asks about is the Ali'i. This is their version of a luxury hotel. The biggest selling point here is that you get a private check-in desk. Now, every other tower all goes to the main check-in lines, which can get absolutely insane in the afternoon. So being able to bypass that whole mess and go straight to the Ali'i Tower is amazing. There's one more big perk of staying here, but that's another story. Here's the kicker for checking in. Even though you can sometimes check in on the Hilton app, don't make the mistake of thinking you can just skip all of the lobbies altogether, because you'll still have to wait in a long line at some point to physically pick up the towel cards. Whatever tower you end up choosing, make sure you have the right expectations. Some of the views are stunning, but the rooms themselves aren't always something to write home about, honestly. They're fine. They're just not jaw-dropping for the hundreds of dollars a night you're spending. Even in the luxury tower, which is the absolute fanciest one, the rooms are just okay. And as you get cheaper nightly rates in the other towers, the room quality starts to go down. Now, I thought there were like 5 or 6 pools here, which sounds like plenty, but let's have a look at the reality. It would be a mistake to assume you have access to all of them or that you'd even want to use all of them. The main attraction is the super pool. It's right in the middle of everything and the closest one to the beach. It's actually the biggest beachfront pool in all of Waikiki. Then you have the Paradise Pool. This is the kids' pool. It even has some little water slides here. It's hidden over by the Vacation Club towers. And let me warn you, this spot is busy all day, every day. We also have the Tapa Pool. This is away from the beach, right by the shops and the restaurants. And anyone can use it. You don't have to be staying in the Tapa Tower. There's also an adults pool in one of the other hotel towers that's not on the ground level. And then there's the Ali'i Pool. This is only for guests of that specific tower. Remember that extra perk I mentioned earlier? This is it. But honestly, it kind of gives standard motel pool vibes to me. But hey, at least it's not very busy. Don't make the mistake of thinking that just because the hotel is on Waikiki Beach, that you're right in the heart of all the action. The hotel is actually located on the absolute farthest west end of the beach. So you'll have a pretty long walk to get to the main Waikiki Strip. So good luck if you're grabbing dinner at the famous Duke's Waikiki. It's about a 25-minute walk just to get there. By the time you walk back, you're gonna need a second dinner. Now, obviously you don't have to walk. You can always grab an Uber or hop on the bus. But remember, the hotel is still technically inside the major city of Honolulu. So if you actually want to get out and explore the rest of the island, you're gonna need a rental car. But don't make the mistake of forgetting to budget for parking it at the hotel.
I can't believe we just paid this much to park our car. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
I've genuinely never seen parking so expensive in my entire life. It's wild. You're basically paying for your rental car to have its own Hilton Hawaiian hotel room. The Hilton has the Waikiki Starlight Luau right here on the big lawn. They used to hold this on top of the parking garage, which was a choice, but thankfully they moved it to the big lawn, which is a massive upgrade. But don't make the mistake of booking it blindly, assuming it's the absolute best cultural experience on the island. You can read the Google reviews and see what you think for yourself. Just remember, you have a ton of good luau choices, including some ran by local Hawaiian families and not hotel chains. So look around and see what feels like it's the best fit for you. Honestly, people call this a mega resort just based on the sheer number of rooms. But to me, it doesn't really feel like a massive, sprawling mega resort. It feels more like a beach city with tall buildings around the pool and a massive shopping center right here. A huge chunk of the area is actually open to the general public, which gives it a high energy atmosphere. Anyone can come hang out at the outdoor mall, the shops, or the hibachi restaurant. But don't miss out on the absolute best part of the whole resort, the Hawaiian-owned ice cream shop. It's worth standing in the long line. Whichever tower you end up choosing and whatever pool you end up hanging out at the most, you'll have a great time now that you know exactly what mistakes to avoid. I have tons of videos about all the best places to visit in Hawaii and beyond, so check those out next.